Okay, y'all, round 3. Last round before our cardio. So let's get to our most challenging moves of the progress series. So we'll need to get this mat out of the way again. We're going to go back to those squats, slightly more challenging than before. So move your straps up to mid-length. I think I need to adjust my camera angle here. That's not going to be working for anyone. So with our straps, we're facing at mid-length, and we're going to do that same single leg squat. So find balance on that left leg, kickstand that right foot, and squat down. At the top here, we're going to add a toe raise. So we're squatting down and then toe raising up. So kickstand or keep your heel off the ground, either way is fine. I kind of am kickstanding as I come down, and then my heel's lifting off the ground as I come up on my toe. So if you want to do this without the strap, drop them. Range of motion just won't be quite so far. Mr. Miyagi this, like Karate Kid, really wash the windows. Press your hands together so you've got a really firm upper body here. It really helps keep your core activated. So you see you can do this without the straps, but my range of motion isn't quite as good. So if you have the straps, that will help give you a buffer, a little safety net in case you start to lose your balance. And you can just progress this move a little farther down. So let's switch our legs. Find balance on that right leg. Kickstand the left foot. Squat down and toe raise up. Down, toe raise up. So we're still, nothing changes in the last couple rounds, except we're coming up on the toe at the end there. We're getting a little calf action in here. And up, down, up, toe up, and down. Whew. So without the straps, again, strong, active arms pressing together just helps me keep my upper body activated so that I can have this strong core I need to have to help keep my balance, since I don't have any straps to help me do that. Whew. One more here, and then we're going to switch legs again. So I'm going to go back to that left leg balancing, squatting down with this right leg kickstanded. And I'm going to do, instead of just this toe up, stay there if you want, or you can even add a little hop. So that will take a lot more balance, but feel free to add that in if you want. Just make sure you land really softly. And I'm really pressing into these straps when I jump up. So I'm press and jump. But if this is too much, of course you can keep that toe raise, and you will still be getting plenty of calf action in that standing leg. So without the straps, let me put my money where my mouth is here. Whoop. It's hard, but it's doable. Again, if it's too much, back off and just do the calf raise. Those are plenty hard as is. Okay, so last one here. I'm gonna grab my straps and do the balance on that right leg again. Don't forget, this is our last round of these until we do our cardio, so whew. So we can burn it out a little bit. A little hop, nothing big. My toe is barely coming off the ground when I do this. Hop and down, hop and down. Whew. Make sure your core is staying strong and lifted this whole time. Really squeezing in those abs, especially when you hop. Help keep your balance. Okay, no straps for me now. Whew. I commend you people not using straps right now because it really is harder this way. It's nice having that little bit extra support, but this is kind of nice too, just to challenge what I'm used to doing with the straps. So one more here. Ooh, and march it out, kick it out a little bit. Just need my feet to move a little so I can work that lactic acid out of there. Okay, so while we're doing that, let's adjust to our chest press. So we got our straps fully lengthened again. If you don't have straps, you're on the wall. Oh, and we are doing single arm chest press. So we need to go into single handle mode. So one strap in this top here, that strap comes in again. So 2 loops in, pull, make sure you've got the right one. If you're on the wall, you can do this too. Make sure your feet are nice and wide. We're in that same Frankenstein. I'm not walking nearly so far back because I've got tension, you know, early on here. So right hand is on here first. I like to have a ghost arm. It's not going to do anything, but it helps keep my torso from twisting. We have to fight that rotation as we come down and up. So keep your legs kind of wider stance. I'm walking in just to make sure I've got good form. And we're just doing the same motion, lowering down and pressing back up. We just only have one arm to help us. So walk your feet in as far as you need to. You could also kickstand one foot in, like your right foot with your right hand, and that could catch you. So if you're on the wall, you can be here and pressing down and up. Or you could do the kickstand here too, and down and up. And if you like your hand on your hip better, that works too. We're staying there. I'm gonna grab my strap again. Do a couple more here. Down and up. Really fight that rotation. Your torso is gonna wanna twist forward on the left side. And we are trying to not let that happen at all. Fighting at every chance we get. 3, 2, and 1. So we're gonna switch hands. So grab that same strap with your left hand. Legs are gonna stay far out. Got my ghost arm. We're gonna lower. Whew, and my arm's a little weaker on this side, so you may have to adjust your feet depending on how your arms feel. Fight that rotation. You can always stagger a foot and do that. You can take a full step closer if that's what you need. Just we're really trying to fight on now our right side from twisting in and down. So keep that right side lifted just like your left side is. And if you're on the wall, same deal. My ghost arm, you're coming down and up. You can kickstand with that left leg or keep them both out straight. So that's the wall. Back to the straps, do a few more. Woo. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Woo, good job, guys. Open your chest up a little bit. Just stretch those biceps and chest out across here. Oh. So let's take this out of single handle mode. We're gonna do our last exercise of round 3, which is slightly more challenging side plank. So let's get these straps adjusted to mid-calf. If you don't have straps, no big deal. Just grab your mats when you're done adjusting your straps. Get those set up underneath you. And we're gonna be doing side plank with a hip drop. So I want everyone to try the hip drop. If you find that you drop down in that hip and can't get back up, very well maybe myself a time or two, we'll see. If you find that happening to you, just hold the side plank instead of trying to add the hip drop. Hold it while we're up, and then you can work it up from there. as you get stronger. So let me do it without the straps first, just so you can all see. If you have the straps, you can go ahead and put your right leg in front of you and your left leg behind you. We're going to start on our left side here. So the game's the same. We're going to lift our hips up off the ground from here. So squeeze your grapefruit in your armpit. Lift those hips up off the ground. So we're up. We're going to drop our hips not quite all the way to the ground. Press them back up. And now we're going to lower them all the way down. So it's the exact same thing. We're just kind of fake lowering our hips to all the way to the ground and stopping before we get to the bottom and pressing back up. So with your straps, it will look like this. So I got our left toe to our right heel, hand on hip, press up out of the shoulders, up out of the hips. We're up in side plank, drop your hip and press back up out of that shoulder, drop all the way back down. Woo, that should feel challenging. So just make sure this is staying lifted. I really don't want anyone to crunch down in there. If that's happening when you drop your hips, don't drop your hips, just stay in that side plank. Last time on this side, everyone lift their hips up, press up out of those shoulders. You're up, drop the hip, press it back up, and lower it all the way down. Woohoo! Now roll on your belly. Onto your right side. Oh, stuck. There we go. If you don't have straps, you know what to do. Your top foot's going to be right in front of your bottom foot. I'm going to stay in the straps for this side. So hands on hip, arm and elbow directly under your shoulder. Press up out of the hips. Same goes for this side. Hips are up, drop down almost to the ground, press back up, lower all down, the way down to the ground. Good job. We'll do 2 more like that. I'll do my last round without straps so you can see. So really pressing up out of that. Elbow on the ground here on your right side. Squeeze that grapefruit, lift your hips up. Lower down close to the ground and hips press back up. Lower all the way down to the ground. Perfect. So I'm going to do my last round with my feet on the ground. Make sure we're pressing out of the neck and shoulders. Hips come up. Lower your hips almost to the ground. Press back up. And all the way down slowly. Perfect. Those are challenging, but they really help work those side body muscles there. So you made it through all 3 rounds. All we have left is the cardio round. So I'm going to stick with round 2's exercises. If you remember and know what was more challenging for you, go with that. I will explain more in the next bit. Grab some water and be ready for a little cardio.